just gonna check. He has one of his 2 Lycanrocs, but if he floats down energy, he wins.
You see, so it's interesting. You could go about this in a couple of different ways. He's opted to have a choice band. There's the Lycanroc, and he isn't used the Blood Dusty Eyes.
For across, but I think he should have gone for Tapu Lele though.
Oh, he has no bench space though. Oh, I mean, you should have gone for Medhi's Tapu Lele.
Well, but here we go. We have Energy Guzma.
That should do it then.
Guzma Energy. That's Tapu Lele. That's it.
Yeah, as long as he...
Wait.
Does he doesn't know he has a game, right? Yeah, there it is.
And he sees it.
Yep.
Game 1 goes to Simon Eriksen.
Yep, so that's a very, very quick sort of and decisive game 1, I think. Simon able to do, as we said in the beginning, it would come down to who was able to set up more quickly. They've still got plenty of time left, and in that game, Medhi just did not get his Magna Zone out quickly enough, and Simon won off of that, basically.
Yeah, and as we said starting, I don't think Medhi has a lot of chance in this game if Simon gets fast, quick jet punches out like he did this game, and Medhi just missing the Magna Storms is not good, because you can see Sudowoodo, Lycanroc, they're super good in this matchup.
Yeah, and it's always about these these 1 prize attacker for 2 prize attacker trades. Just the reason why Sudowoodo is so good in the Buzzwole deck, because against these big hitting decks like Tapu Bulu, like Necrozma GX now, you just end up being able to knock out your opponent's main attacker. Meanwhile, you're investing much less into doing that yourself.
Exactly. We're gonna see if Medhi can get a better start, perhaps a turn 1 Bridget, or turn 1 Bridget and turn 2 Skyla for Arcani would be what Medhi's going for. And Simon, if he can hit the nuts with the strong Retrock Guzma turn 1, on perhaps maybe the only Magnemite in play, he's going to be in big trouble, maybe.
Yeah, Simon, if he wants to win this match, he just basically needs to do what he did in game 1 again.
Yeah, just copy-paste all over.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have to think a lot about it.
No.
I know Simon was contemplating playing the Broken Zoroark deck, and I think this matchup would have been quite different if he had, but luckily I convinced him to play the Buzzwole Lycanroc.
Fair enough.
And we get a Psyguard for starters.
It's good you're looking out for your brother Jesper.
I am, and that's a good reason. It's also good that he got a very good opponent round 1. We're going to see Psyguard versus Duskmane and Crossbow.
So Zygarde's another cool card to mention. It's played quite often in the Buzzwole deck just because it's a very similar fighting type attacker, which gives you type weakness coverage essentially. So Zygarde of course is weak to Grass, unlike Buzzwole who's weak to Psychic. So if you're up against say Garbodor or something like that, Zygarde exactly, Zygarde's just a lot better thing to attack into those Pokemon with.
Exactly. We're going to see it end turn 1 from Medhi, so not the perfect. And if Medhi does not hit any Magnemites, he's going to be in huge trouble here if Simon hits something like Brooklet Hill, Strong, they will already do like 60 damage.
Yeah, Magnemite is very important here, and I'm not sure if I saw it. Oh yeah, there
he got it.
Okay, so not the end of the world, and Medhi's
another
definitely
also,
still in this.
Yeah, we're going to look here.
Although I say he's still in this, the rest of his hand, it doesn't look very brilliant. In fact, this is looking very...
I don't see a supporter in his hand, so he has to top deck himself out of it. And Simon starts with almost nuts. Wow.
Look at that hand. That hand stacked.
Is juice. He has Bustle, Retrock, Choice Band, and Strong Energy.
Yeah, so he's got everything he needs. He is good to go. He's just going to probably just play all that down and just really make Medhi have a very sad day.
Yeah, that's going to be bad for Medhi if Simon actually gets a Float Stone also, gets any Jet Punch. It does not look like... But he's going to go for an active attack, I think. It's alright. He's going to go for a safe route. He's going to discard the Retro once again, saying, I don't need you.
No. And it is interesting because something that he could have done is he could have attached the Strong to the Buzzwole, bench the Regirock, Ultra for a Lele, use Guzma, switch into the Buzzwole, rig out the Magnemite and KO it.
I think Simon just plays a lot more safe though.
Yes.
He's a very unlucky type of player, so he would be thinking, well, if I do that, I'm gonna dead draw.
Yeah, but potentially. Also, wait, actually, having said that, how much HP does Magnemite have? It is 60, right? Because if it's 70...
It is 60. It does not have... I've never seen a Magnemite with 70 HP in my life.
Okay.
So, if it has 70... I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you had 70, you definitely wouldn't go for that. But
But Simon's potentially go for the more safe play here. He's going to get the Rockruffs the next turn, so he can go for knockout. If he does not get the Red which we don't see.
No, I guess not. So yeah, there goes the Rockruff onto the bench, and give me a Sycamore after that.
Sycamore and go for the high five. There you go.
Oh, they didn't do it.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Also, that high five originated in France as well, so many of all people should be like...
Yeah, he should be more enthusiastic, but he does not look happy with this matchup, or just looks totally focused on looking away. How can you beat Buzzwole Lycanroc with Magnuson?
Well, the way you do it is by getting a much faster start than Medhi's done. That's been his big problem. I mean,
but he failed at that.
Yeah. So right now he is just in a bit of a bad spot. I mean, if he's able to get the Magnezone out next turn, then he'll be in a lot better shape. But right now, from as we said before, from looking at what's the contents of his current hand, it looks like it's just going to be a very similar repeat to game 1.
Yeah, and he does not look like very satisfied. I think it would look happier if he had like supporters in his hand, top relay for Skylar, because he has Magnus on him. No worries about that, but Simon did not add him to potentially get like Red Candy on top of it, so it does not look good.
No, and I'm not sure. It looks like one thing that Simon did miss was the stadium, of course.
Actually, Simon has a Flowstone in hands, so if he would have attached strong Choice Band, he would have gone for Jet Punch. But I think it's going to be an alright play. Do 70 here with Lance Pulse.
Yeah, still okay.
Let's see what Medhi has for us.
Yeah, it's like that's the Magnezone in hand. Let's see. Oh, what is that? There's a Bridget, but as you said, no Skylar. It looks like.
Cards, so yeah, there's nothing of draw.
Unless
is it Guzma, Bridget? It's only supporters in hand. There's no draw, no search. Good on Bridget.
At this point, you might just go for the Bridget again, just to thin more Pokemon out of his deck.
Also, he has to put it on second mic, because in this case, if Simon catches it up with Lycanroc or Guzma, Medhi's going to be so terribly far behind.
Yeah, he is. So there he goes, going for another
Magnemite, Necrozma, and second Necrozma.
I think he's considering whether to go for the 2 Necrozma or, I mean, he could go for the Solgaleo Prism Star again, but it looks like that's not what he's going for. He actually go for Oranguru.
Duskmane, Necrozma, and Magnemite.
Cool.
Alright, Searcher.
Yeah.
He needs to get second Magnemite down, as always. Let's see what Medhi can do here.
Not much, it looks like. There is... Oh, is he debating changing his mind, possibly?
No, he's just changing it forward. I would have done the same.
Of course he would have done.
Yeah,
so,
that's always me.
Yeah, so, with that. But again, Medhi was not going to be doing much more after this. Wait, is that Skylar in his hand?
Wait, did he have the option between Skylar and Richard?
Also, unless I'm seeing things, but... Maybe he's thinking to himself, I don't want to play the Skylar just yet because I don't have anything else. I want to fin the deck first. But even so, if he did have the Skylar in hand, that kind of surprises me. I think it's going to be quite
bad if Simon hits like Max Elixirs and stuff, because then Simon could just sit more up. But Medhi has to be aggressive now. Medhi has to be aggressive about the start, because like he has to outrun Buzzwole Lycanroc before Buzzwole Lycanroc comes and runs over you.
Yeah, exactly. Like happened in the first game.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw the first game, he had no chance of winning in the end. Because Simon had Tillery up, he could get the Lycanroc out, he had Sudowoodo for watch and learn, and even he dangerous roll for game. Like, I think this Buzzwole Lycanroc is basically made to beat Magnezone.
I don't know about made to beat Magnezone, but it's just one of these decks that punishes slow setups. That's what the deck does. You know, it hits even stuff like Zoroark. It may not be a stage 2 deck, but it's still there's some setup involved in the stage 1s, and it hits that deck to win this exactly.
Well, yeah.
So that's just how the deck really built, and so there's a Sycamore from Simon. Going to draw himself a fresh new 7 cards, and Simon's going to be very content just keep hitting this across.
Sudowoodo and 2 Max Elixir, it looks like. Oh wow, maybe 3. Oh, it's 2 Max Elixir, Broken Hill, and Sudowoodo. But he's going to wait with Broken Hill perhaps the next turn, where he can counter Mount Coronet. So he's going to get the Max Elixir first. He's going to attach a Buzzwole or Sudowoodo. That's the important thing. In my case here, I think I would attach to actually Sudowoodo. Yeah, he does.
He does. Okay, cool. Now I can't think of it. If he
and
has
another one.
Yeah, it does.
And he hits. He's 100% on elixirs. That's 5.
You can't argue with that, really, can you?
5 elixirs, 5 hits. I think he's gotten my luck today.
Quite possibly.
He's gonna touch Rob. Yeah, he's just setting up.
Like he did in the last game, he's just spreading his threat to make sure that he's...
Cell Storm even. For a knockout, I think, because that's 130. Yeah, yes, exactly, it is. Knockout. He's hitting everything so far, and he has a Tillery for the pistol hand.
An extremely strong turn from Simon, and not being completely relentless, and making sure that he actually capitalizes on the advantage that he's been given, and able to actually knock out this Duskmane Necrozma with the Cell Storm.
He's going to punish Medhi for his little setup, as always.
Yeah.
And he even kept the Broken Hill in hand. Smart play by Simon, so he could counter Mount Coronet next turn.
Yes. So.
Simon does not play Field Blower. He took that out last night, actually.
Well, there you go. So yeah, he does have the Skylar in
He
his
had
hand.
the Skylar last turn, but I don't think he like had the energy to like get Magnuson working, essentially.
So he wanted to wait until he had the Oranguru out to draw more cards. Okay, I guess that makes sense then in that
He needed
case.
some way to get energies out.
Yeah.
Because like having a Magnustone's alright, but he needs energies to attach with it.
Yeah. And if he plays Bridget first, he thins the deck more, therefore he's more likely to draw into something more useful, I guess.
He gets the basics, he gets the Oranguru, so yeah, I see his way of playing. So he's gonna go for Oranguru. If you Mount Coronet energy, or Mount Coronet,
There's a float
Red
stone.
Letter, I don't think he has it.
No, I don't think he does either, sadly.
I think he whiffed again, so that could have been a Sun's Eclipse.
But instead it won't be. So there's one Earth Energy, that's something, I guess, but just to pass after that.
Yeah, it looks very dark, because like, let's see if Simon, he can hit Strong Energy Choice Band.
Yeah, actually get the KO
He's
again.
gonna have the KO for 190 damage.
So that is absolutely absurd. Then it goes down the Brooklet Hill as well.
And he has Float Stone and all kinds of stuff. This situation I don't want to end, actually.
But no, definitely not. You want to make sure you limit Medi's options and keep him on the low hand size. And right now we'll just put him right back up to 6 cards. Definitely not what you want to do.
But like some way you can look at using N right now could be like Simon perhaps getting a new hand, getting more energy into play. Because Simon just needs to like keep his energy into play with his 1 attachment per turn plus his wall hitting elixirs. And he will be in front naturally. So he's thinking over the N right now. I think he's gonna go for it.
No, I think he realizes that playing the N, and because he's only going to be drawing 4 cards, maybe if it comes extra with auxiliary, it's not really worth the risk. And he'd rather, weighing it up, he'd rather just keep Medi on a lower hand size. So yeah, there goes. Cellstorm will be announced. Just going to do 100 damage, and then it's back on Medi to see what he's able to respond with.
So it's also like kind of locking Medi's across because he needs to hit 4 energy or 3 energy Float Stone.
He does have the Flipstone there. There is a Metal Energy. There's your Oranguru again.
If he attacks with the bench dustbin across mat, Lycanroc energy just punishes that straight away.
It does, but again, like Medi has to, right?
But he has to go for it. If he does not go for it, he's going to lose the game ultimately. So
yeah. So
go for it, and Sun's Eclipse.
Yeah, there's the
So,
GX.
If I was Simon, I'm going to go for Lycanroc now.
You go either Lycanroc or you could.
He has Float Stone hand as well, but like watch and learn, he will be using a GX attack, and then he blocks his own Lycanroc. So if he uses Dangerous Rogue now, he can draw his last 2 prize of Meteor Tempest with Soludo.
Yeah, he can, and then that way he's saving that resource for later, where it ends up being more useful. With that, there's another Brooklet Hill first, just to see where he has access to. We're going to go for another Rock.
So yeah, he's thinning out the deck.
Also wants to have access to more Bloodthirsty Eyes. Maybe he just does Bloodthirsty Eyes as something for the KO, and then does Bloodthirsty Eyes as something else.
Because yeah, that's probably going to be his route to victory. Because he would maybe knock out the active with an energy, just an energy or energy Lycanroc would be best. And then his bench, you can just look at Medi's bench. Dustman and Crossman is going to come out.
Actually, something else that Simon could do if he hits it is if he hits an elixir and another energy, and then a Lycanroc, he can actually just use Claw Slash for a knockout, saving the GX attack and the Sudowoodo both in one go.
Yeah, because Sudowoodo is like a more valuable attacker in this case.
Yeah.
So he would, but as long as he just uses Lycanroc.
In some shape or form, yeah, he'll probably be fine.
Because it doesn't matter if he uses Dangerous Rogue Claw Slash, because Medi's not ever going to use an attack Simon cannot copy anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has a multi-switch, I think, and a Lycanroc.
And he has an Ultra Ball too, so he's going to be...
I would just go straight away for switching and then Fizzland for free. No, he has Ultra Ball. Oh yeah, so... Yeah, he's going to go for Lycanroc. Lycanroc multi-switch and hit an energy off the pistol hand. He has to do that.
Either that or use Dangerous Rogue.
Yeah, you can Dangerous Rogue.
But like we said before, you would prefer to use Claw Slash.
No.
No, why not?
He has a multi-switch hand. He's going to multi-switch the energy from Sudowoodo over to Lycanroc. You just need to hit an energy to attach to Sudowoodo. That's the way, because if he uses Dangerous Rogue, it doesn't matter if he uses a GX attack, because then he has Sudowoodo, and Medhi has always used his GX attack. So it wouldn't matter if he uses Claw Slash or not. He gets energy ultimately, so he doesn't even need to use the multi-switch. And you see,
There he hits.
there goes Lycanroc.
Yep, there he goes. They're gonna Dangerous Rogue, actually gonna knock out the Solgaleo in one hit. And actually, no, thinking about it, I get it now because, of course, as we mentioned before, Medhi plays no healing cards. So why go for the weaker Pokemon when you can just knock out the fresh Pokemon in one hit and leave the weaker Pokemon fresh for another Bloodthirst CIs later?
Yes, exactly. And he still has the Buzzwoles in play, so he can hit bench targets. And I think it's not checkmate yet, but mate is really far behind.
Yeah, he is. He does have the Solgaleo Prism Star down now, and I imagine we'll probably see again in a similar vein to Game 1. He will, once he's done with all the setup stuff here, he will just attach metal to that Solgaleo and use the attack to bring back all of his metal energy in the discard pile.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for top lane and Cynthia. I think Cynthia is best. He needs to focus on himself now. He needs to focus on his own draw power.
Yeah, because N doesn't even do a whole lot because Simon already has the artillery up and running. So although N would cut down his options a little bit, it would. Well, looks like that's what he's going for anyway.
But he gets an N, plays Mount Coronet, and ends. So yeah, that's kind of desperation play here. We're gonna see what he does. So most importantly, Simon gets Lycanroc, energy, and melee attacks. Simon wins. If Medhi does not attack, he's just going to go for Lycanroc energy and Claw Slash. He needs to hit 2 energies, Professor's Letter, or anything like that. But Simon has such an easy route to victory now.
Yeah, those main options are both not difficult and
like
multiple.
all the options Medhi has are suboptimal.
Yeah.
No matter what he does, Simon has a counter by drawing one single card.
Yeah, it's not a good position to be in. It looks like Medhi is going to be going for the Radiant Star attack on the Solgaleo, so yeah, there it is. The Dust Maiden Cosmo did have a Floatstone on it, so he's able to
this means that Guzma energy or Lycanroc energy would finish this game up.
Yeah, and
Radiant Star for 4 energies, I think.
6 actually.
Oh, 6?
Yeah,
oh.
There are 6 Pokemon in play for Simon, so...
Yeah, I only thought he had 4 energies in
discard pile,
this card, but...
2, 3, and 1.
Alright, so he's gonna set it up, and let's see what Simon has.
Oh, he has an Ultra Ball.
Oh, he has a multi-switch too. Can he get it?
But if he has Ultra Ball, then multi-switch guarantees it, right? Because he's multi-switch. Yeah. Oh, he
yeah.
just drawn Lycanroc. That works
and he has
too.
energy, and Simon wins a game too.
And the match.
And the match ultimately, and
yes.
what a game actually.
Yeah,
it was a good round to start with, but Medhi does not.
No, he was. It was really unfortunate 2 games for Medhi, just unable to set up at all. Really, he was just. Because you saw both games, he just struggled to set up the Magnezone. It's not as if he didn't set up at all. He got it eventually out at sort of turn 3 maybe or turn 4, but that just wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, and I just think it's like the inherent inconsistency of Stage 2 decks shows here, because you really just have to hit XYZ to get out of the Magnezone.
Yeah, and you need to rely on hitting those off draw supporters as well. This deck isn't running some kind of Zoroark engine. That's what made Zoroark Gardevoir deck so consistent, is the fact that you can use trade with Mallow and just guarantees you that setup.
Exactly.
But you don't have that option with Dustman and Crosby. You just have to sort of support her and pray.
Yeah, and since we're finishing this round early, we're going to have an interview with Simon in a bit, so I guess we'll see each other in a few minutes.
Yes, indeed we will.